Hey, how's it going? I'm Dan Fradenburgh, and this is Chess with Investors. I'm joined today with my friend Linda Holtz. How you doing today, Linda?
I'm doing great. I'm ready for
All
this.
right.
I think.
All right, awesome, awesome. I've got something new for you in the audience. Yes, you. It's this one. We're going to have the evaluation bar shown in real time. I don't see that. Linda doesn't see that, but hopefully it'll give you an idea of what the computer thinks as far as how we're doing. One of the big things that we like to mention, yeah, I don't see your move yet, so make sure you move your white pieces there. Okay, there we go. Oh, we're doing D4. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'll try and do two matches. We'll do a rematch. If we can after that. But one of the big things on our Who Are You Helping interview that we went over was your Thursday meetup. We've already had the last one of 2024. But this is a 15-minute game, so you got plenty of time to think, and you also have 10-second increments. So the worst case scenario, you have at least 10 seconds to think without losing. But you got plenty of time. Do you want to tell the audience a little bit about who you are and about your meetup there?
Sure. My God, that is the epitome of multitasking. Okay. So I am a real estate syndicator. So if you need any help getting invested in real estate without being a landlord, I'm your gal. I can help you out. And while doing that, every Thursday I host a networking call for the purpose of getting to know other real estate syndicators and commercial real estate players who want to network and do deals together. And it's every Thursday at noon Eastern.
Exactly, exactly. So it's always a good time, lots of people there. And of course, you do that with our mutual friend Bernardo out in Orlando. I guess you didn't mention that you're also in Houston. It seems Houston's a big place, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, way too big. I mean, right now we're working on a deal that's only 20 minutes from us. It feels like we could walk there if we wanted, because normally everything is an hour away.
Right, right, right. Well, yeah, it's I was a GP at one point for on a property out there in Texas, and I started using the term Texas close. Texas close for me is like 1.5 to 2 hours drive away. It's a little bit like over here in Canada, you get similar things. You know what? I think I'm going to do this.
That's basically what it is. Yeah. I feel like down here, people understand what Texas close means.
Mhm.
Oh, like when I had actually lived in Houston way back in my days before I was in real estate.
Mhm.
So I kind of knew when I moved back, but it still catches you by surprise.
Right, right. Yeah, that makes sense. But the other thing that I find interesting about you is, at least, is you also are, in a sense, at least, from France. And that's something that we don't really get enough of a chance to really discuss in any detail. Do you want to tell the audience a thing or two about that?
Well, yeah. I like how you say I'm French, sorry, of some sort. But yeah, no, definitely born and raised in France. I moved to the US when I was 22, a week after I turned 22, actually. So my joke is always to say that I was never an adult in my country. I was
Mhm.
basically a kid back home, and then I came to be an adult across the ocean. And yeah, it's been a while now, but I don't really see myself going back, at least not full time, which is another reason why I do real estate, is that I
Mhm.
want to be able to go back and forth. But I don't know that I will ever live back home full time ever again. We'll see. Maybe at retirement.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And of course, I live in the French speaking. Well, everybody in the audience knows that I'm from the internet, but as far as I'm only part human, and the living part of me is in the French speaking part of Canada. So I tend to basically give you a little bit of a harder time about your French background than most people, I imagine. But like talking about like I've never seen you with a baguette or wearing a beret or anything like that. But that's lots of
Well,
fun.
I removed those for our Zooms because I actually walk around my house with a beret and a baguette 24/7.
Right, right. And do you have to communicate to your husband with a lot of mime work? Do you just turn into like Marcel Marceau sort of thing, or
Basically, you know what? Funny story about Marcel Marceau. That was my Halloween costume 5, 6 years ago, something like that.
nice?
I kind of ran out of ideas that year, so I was like, I'm just gonna be a French mime because it sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this opening's getting pretty tangled in the middle here. And normally I end up sharing my screen for the audience. You see it edited on here. Again, you can. I have no idea what the evaluation bar says right now. I'm doing what's called a King's Indian defense here, and. Having a little bit of trouble figuring out how I'm going to proceed, though.
Also, there's a method to your madness. That's cool. There is none whatsoever to mine. It's just pure madness.
Yeah, yes, that's definitely fair to say. So I guess that's a good enough segue as any to get into some of the regular conversation that I have, which is one of the things that I did is I boot camped myself for chess, and that's been over the last now coming on 2 years, and it's kind of funny because before that. I actually avoided playing chess against people. I'd play against bots, and maybe that was because I had some sort of like I'd given myself some sort of complex around the fact that like I grew up in a small town, and so when I'd play people, I'd probably get about 3 games, and then after that, they wouldn't want to play anymore. And so as a result, it didn't give me a whole lot of opportunity to get actually really good at the game, or at least like by my current standards. But the way that I studied, there's a couple different ways. One of them is on chess.com. Chess.com, it's more of a premium service. Lee Chess, that's Li Chess .org. Everything that they have is free, and it's basically all the same features. And maybe on this show, Chess with Investors, featured on chesswithinvestors.com, maybe we'll start switching over to Lee Chess in the future for that reason. But the chess puzzles, you're supposed to figure out the absolute best move according to the computer in all sorts of situations. And sometimes they're really wonky, and it's supposed to get you into some really good habits. But I personally find that a lot of the habits. Yeah, I think I will do that. A lot of the habits, they don't really translate that well to playing an opponent. I don't think that because like last year, I did about 7,000 of those puzzles, the rated puzzles, and that's what I really focused on. And then in January, so it was, which is just a few months before I started this show. I started ripping the Band-Aid, as I like to call it, and what that entailed. Oh, I can do that. That's pretty weird, but I think my next move is a little bit trash in that case, though. Oh, that's also covered there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do that then. All right. In January, I started playing people, especially in blitz and bullet formats. So the slowest game, as in like the game where you have the most time, in bullet is I think it's 2 minutes with 1 second increment. And if you're playing blitz, oh, that's a blunder. Wah, wah.
Oh man, I didn't even see that.
Oh
I was
man.
so, you know what I thought the strategy was? I thought you were going for my knight, and I didn't even realize that the king was there.
Yeah, well, so the thing I like if I thought that you were just going to give up your queen, I would have done that a lot faster. But the thing is, I was expecting you to take my knight with your knight, and then I'd have to take your knight with my
Yes.
bishop, and then I'd be threatening that rook, which I'm still threatening right now, by the way. Your rook on A1, my bishop that's way in the corner is staring right at it right now.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't
Yeah.
even see that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, see, that's the point of these kinds of openings where you put these bishops in the corner like that. It's because I remember someone who I used to think was a friend. He said that bishops turn invisible after 3 turns. It's basically you just kind of forget they exist. It just looks like a pawn with a pointy head, and then right out of nowhere, it's like, ah, my rook. But
Yeah, I should have taken your knight with my knight, and then you would have probably taken my knight, but at least, yeah,
it's just
you know.
better than the queen. But as I said, we're going to have a rematch, and I'm going to on the rematch. I think I'll have white, and then I'll do the bond cloud. But as I was saying, with back in January, I started playing those faster games. The blitz, the fastest blitz game is 3 minutes with no increment. The slowest one is 5 minutes. So very, very fast games, very easy to run out of time, and then there's rapid, right? So anyway, because I was playing those shorter games from January to May or so, or maybe beginning of June, I put in about 3,000 chess games online just to boot camp myself. And part of that is my son, who is now featured on let's see. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, yeah, I think I'm still going to go for that then. But he's also featured on chesswithinvestors.com in the section. There's a playlist called Improve at Chess Reviews. And on that one, I end up,
Oh
yeah, I'm going to get, I think I'm going to get both your rooks, am I? But anyway, oh yeah, definitely.
my God.
So anyway, he's on chess with investors with the playlist Improve at Chess Reviews, and but last night I recorded a rematch with another commercial real estate investor named Oleg Shalamov, and
Oh yeah.
you'd never guess by his name that yes, 100% he was trained in chess in Soviet Russia. And so it was kind of funny. I knew that the guy was probably pretty good. He said that he loved chess, and then also seeing that he was Russian, I knew I was in a bit of trouble. You know, and not real Russian. I forget. I get him and Mike Zlotnick mixed up as far as which one was from. Oh yeah, I think Mike Zlotnick is from Moldova, and then Oleg, I think, was from. Oh God, I'm gonna have to try and pronounce it. I can see it in my head how to spell it, but pronouncing it, I think it's Azerbaijan. Is so
Oh
they're
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So they're both part of Russia. Or part of the USSR. But not only was he trained in Soviet Russia, but he moved to New York and became a chess coach.
He became a chess coach.
Yeah, so I was hurting really really bad on the first one, but in the ilk of the 1980s video games, I, I'm gonna say that he faced the final boss. He challenged my son. I got him on the show for a video that's an episode that's coming up. Did I just? Yeah, I did. Oops. Oh well. We'll see if you see it.
Hmm.
Oh no, that's not hanging because the bishop. Oh my God, that's so tied up. I'm being mean to you, Linda, and I'm sorry.
You are. You really
This is-
are. I'm so glad you know.
yeah. This is not kind at all. And actually, that's another thing too. Is that I've neglected to check and make sure that my son actually turned on the watching and is recording this game. If it's not, I'll have to review it in another way. But anyway, so he's going to have his first appearance. He was challenging Oleg last night, and he did a great job. But he doesn't mind me saying that my level and his level, I'm talking about my son, we're pretty similar. It's like it's fairly evenly matched. Um, and right now, actually, I don't know if you're aware, just this about a week ago, I think it was, there became a new world champion of chess, and
Wow.
he's 18. He's the
Oh,
youngest,
wow.
yeah, the youngest world champion in chess history. Um, okay, so okay, yeah, I think this is mate in two. Yeah, it is. So now you have to move over there, and that's it. So now I hit rematch.
Oh my
Then I
God.
get to do a bond cloud. This will be fun. But anyway, so let's talk about your chess journey. Now that I've bored the audience to tears with my own one. So who ended up? You should see a little rematch challenge in the bottom right hand corner or something like that. Um, I think
I
I'll.
see review.
I think it's under that. I think it says
Oh, rematch. Yeah.
receptor. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to do the bond cloud on this one. All right. So anyway, how did you end up learning chess there, Linda?
My dad taught me.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
And
And as you can tell, it's been a minute.
right, right. Okay. So with
Hopefully he never sees this episode.
well, like yeah, honestly, like after that queen went, it was pretty hard to pull anything off. Now I think is that how I'm going to do it? You've got me at a book, so good on you. Okay, move two. I'm already not sure how exactly to do this. Okay, it's not going to be that. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm just going to take it and then try and figure out a way not to die. Because this opening is just so bad. It's and I'm not sure what the rules are about like if it's called the Bond Cloud opening. Yeah, I think I do have to do this and sacrifice my pawn. But like I'm not sure when you're quote unquote allowed to move your king out of that Bond Cloud position, or else it's like considered like cheating or something. I don't even know.
Oh, interesting.
It's supposed to be a meme opening, right? So if I do that, yeah, okay, yeah, that's all right. But yeah, it's this opening was made famous by the five-time U.S. Chess champion Hikaru Nakamura, and I think I really enjoy watching his streams because what he'll do is he'll say things like, "Okay, well, I think I can go A3 and then take the juicer." He'll take, like he has these different names for the pieces and things like that, and it's pretty crazy. I think.
It's so interesting to me how there's a whole community of people who are so into it. Obviously, I know that you watched the Queen's Gambit, but
Yep.
like you mentioned, like a brand new champion was just named. I mean, yeah, the same way that there's a whole community about what we do, right? It's like you would never know until you're on the inside, and then you realize, oh wow, there's this
Right.
whole lingo that everyone knows about that I had no clue.
Right. Yeah. They consider it a sport now. And that makes sense because like I know that like my heart just starts pounding in this game. It's ridiculous. At least like if I'm not sure if I'm actually going to blow the game, like that's when it really gets going. So that's how it's going to be, is it? I think that's actually a decent move. Okay, that's still covered. Yikes. So I think that was a good move because what I was setting up for next, I don't think was very nice.
Oh boy, for
Yeah,
a change.
right. So there you go. All right, and I seem to recall that you did some property management as well before you got into syndication. Have I remembered that correctly?
That's right. I used to be professionally yelled at for years. It was fun and not fun at the same time, but mostly very educational.
Yeah, yeah, I bet it's that's one thing that I remember when I first started, my mentorship and whatnot, learning about commercial syndication. I was a little bit suspicious that a lot of the people I saw had never actually even lived in an apartment building.
Oh
and
wow.
and like I don't know if that was just my preconception, but like I'm particularly sensitive to that just because as you know I lived in Taiwan for 15 years, and everybody, oh no,
No? Oh no, no,
oh
no. I
no.
didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I
so
was
what
looking
I'll
at the
do, I'll do something that will let you take it back this time, okay? So what I'm gonna
Okay.
do is I'm gonna move my knight back, and then you're gonna move your queen back, and then I'm gonna move my
Okay.
knight back to where it is, and then so I'll move my knight over here. So move your queen
Okay.
back. Okay, I move it back, and then it's like it never happened.
Okay, thank you. I
Okay.
Oh my God, this is so bad.
Yeah.
But going
Okay.
back to your comment about, people getting into syndications who have not even necessarily been in apartment before.
Mhm.
I I mean, when I joined my group, it was the same realization. Like I was so scared for people who seemed perfectly fine with their decisions. I never understood it.
Yeah.
But hey, I guess it worked.
Yeah. It's so, and that's the thing. So everybody in Taiwan lives in a condo or an apartment. That move still works, doesn't it? Oh, I could do that instead. Yeah. I think I'm still going to go for the pawn. Oh, but this has no backup, so I better do something about that. And my queen is just not in the party at all. Oh, but I can do that, and that's fun. So I am going to do that because it's fun.
Oh no, it's not fun at all, actually.
That pawn, I think, is a little bit nervous. Oh, okay. Yeah, we could try that.
Oh, that is not what I thought you were gonna do. That
Well,
is
now that your king's
interesting.
not there, it makes more sense to take with the bishop because that also forks your queen and your knight. So I'm going to get one of them. Okay, unless you do that, and then I guess it makes more sense. Oh, actually, yeah, no, that's fine. I'll do that trade.
Don't make me curse on the internet.
Right. Oh my God, yeah, that's going to make it into a preview for sure. Yeah, it's funny. I did a poll. I was wondering,
Oh
people.
man, that was so bad. Should not have done that.
That one wasn't great either. Yeah, you're right. But I did a poll wondering as far as my audience goes on LinkedIn. It's like, okay, so how much of a potty mouth do you guys think I have? Like how many episodes? That's checkmate.
Oh man,
I didn't even see that was checkmate. I just knew
I
it was a
me
fork.
either.
Holy smokes! So I think you still have a little bit more time. You want to do one more?
Unfortunately, I have to jump on another call soon.
Okay, well that's fine. So
We'll have to do it again though, because I thoroughly enjoyed that. Hopefully not recorded so I can curse as much as I want.
Well, you made it. Yeah, you did. You made it out. And I actually got to, I think it was episode 29 or 30 before I actually, let
Let it
one
out.
slip. Yeah. But it was because I ended up blundering my queen, and that was not so good. But as far as if people want to reach out, you're like me. The easiest place to get a hold of me, because my name is so distinct, is on LinkedIn, where I spend all my social media time. Linda is also super active on LinkedIn as well. But is that the best way to reach out, or is there a website you prefer? How should people reach out? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, here we go. Let me use my background for a quick second. So marriedtorealestate.com right above my head right here. That's my website. If you want to do virtual coffee, scan that QR code. And like Dan mentioned, I'm on LinkedIn. Pretty easy to find. If you can find Dan, I'm probably laughing at one of his posts. So if you can find one of his posts, you can find me.
I love it. I love it. And one other thing, it's my public service announcement. I like to remind everybody of, if you've been watching this episode and you've been experiencing searing pains in your eyeballs and maybe like migraine-like symptoms, I'm very confident it's because of the downright hideous subscribe button that's just down there. You can hit it for free. It doesn't cost you anything. The reason why I bug people to hit it is because I want those deadbeats at YouTube to actually start paying for these videos instead of me. I think that would be really, really amazing. And the trade-off to you, just so you're clear, is my videos may show up on your list of suggestions. You don't have to watch those suggested videos. I just, quite frankly, appreciate the fact you spent this time with me. Just like Linda, I appreciate you joining me. This has been awesome.
Same here, and I am subscribed. I do watch the suggested videos, so I approve this message.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks again.
Does nothing but put more money in the pot.
Right.
If we talk about just the investor side, I mean, Shane talked about the sponsor side a little bit. I'll talk about the investor side. Okay, so you want the most money in terms of return with the least risk. All right, you want to do it yourself, you can go get 13 or 14%. You're going to do all the underwriting, it's not going to be passive.
If you bet, probably not.
I think I'd have to bet at least 2,500 before they fold.
And the pot is
4,000.
4,000. Yeah, I think you're right, but I'd rather just check.
Okay.
First position, you have the right of collection and the right of foreclosure or sheriff's sale, wherever you're at.